An imperative meeting with Dem leaders abruptly canceled by President Trump. A Hail Mary stopgap measure blocked by Senate Democrats. As a September 30th deadline looms, what are the chances of a partial government shutdown? Here's everything you need to know. Moments before delivering a scorching address to the United Nations General Assembly on Tuesday, President Trump canceled a government funding meeting with House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer until the two get serious about the future of our nation. In an expansive post on Truth Social, the president said the congressional Democrats seemed to have totally lost their way and were itching to enact high taxes, open borders, no consequences for violent criminals, men and women's sports, taxpayer-funded transgender surgery, and much more. Trump ended the post by telling Dem leaders that the ball is in your court and that he would meet with them when their demands became realistic. Trump, Jeffries, and Schumer had been scheduled to meet on Thursday after repeated requests from the two Democrats, and the leaders were quick to fire back at the president. In several posts on X, Schumer pointed the finger at Trump, writing that this is going to be Donald Trump's shutdown. Jeffries also pointed the finger at the president, writing that Trump always chickens out. In an interview on MSNBC's Morning Joe, Schumer said Democrats wanted to avert a shutdown and sit down and talk with the commander-in-chief.
We Democrats definitely want to avert a shutdown. We know how bad it is. And we're asking something very simple, Joe, for the president to sit down and talk with us. You know, he's not the king. He can't just dictate what happened. He said he doesn't need Democrats. Well, then he doesn't know how to count, because there are 60 votes in this Senate that you need to pass this, and he's got 53.
Last week, the House passed a stopgap measure to keep the government funded through November 21st. But Senate Democrats blocked it. A Democrat-backed measure in the Senate also failed. Due to the 60-vote threshold to overcome a Senate filibuster, Republicans will likely need at least 8 Democrats to support any temporary spending bill. Because the GOP has 53 seats and Republican Senator Rand Paul has vowed to vote against any continuing resolution. Jeffries and Schumer have vowed that Democrats will not support any stopgap measure that does not extend Obamacare tax credits, which are set to expire at the end of the year, and reverse Medicaid cuts Republicans enacted in the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. House Speaker Mike Johnson has said the lower chamber will consider the Affordable Care Act extension later this year after resolving the government funding impasse.